Hello, my name's Jake from Firestorm Games. I'm here with Paul.
Hello, I am Paul.
And we're here to do a video for you, but we haven't come up with a title of what these segments are going to be yet. So It's just Jake and Paul from Firestorm. We're going to have a chat.
Yep, and we've got quite a bit to talk about.
We have, yeah. So if you have any suggestions of what we should call a little half-hour segment for us discussing what's going on in the industry, what's cool, things like that, please leave them in the comments below. Please be kind. We don't want nasty suggestions. Cool suggestions only. But
we sell trolls, we don't want to see them.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, we have already referenced we don't want Fat Man and the Baldy.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything cool. Fireside chat was one of them, but we don't have a fireside.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, so leave comments below. That'd be cool. Where should we start? Cool stuff that's going on in the industry at the moment. Which one do you want to start with?
I think we've got to start with the big boy in the room, which is the 40Ks.
Yep, so Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
We have the rulebook, which we have not had time to actually open and read fully yet, but we have followed all the previews online.
Yep.
Simplified, not simple. It's the tagline.
Yep.
Seems fair. Actually,
totally agree. I think all of the indexes are now dropping.
Yes.
Which is very cool. And a lot of people are getting quite excited about the different armies. I've already noticed at the till there's been a change of people's purchasing.
Yes.
So Blade Guard Champions I saw this morning. Is it Blade Guard Champions?
Yeah, that's it. So certain units that were unplayable in 9th are now starting to play again, which is great because the miniatures are stunning. Like GW make amazing miniatures, and there's always debate over the price and the rules. Never over the minis. It's quite rare they release a duff one.
There's definitely some movement on product. So we're already seeing that as soon as the index is dropping, we're seeing a big improvement in certain lines that were literally trash before.
Yes.
So we're very pleased that they're now.
And we saw the preview for Death Reaper, which is just stunning. Like, just unbelievably stunning, that miniature. But that was really cool to see, because we're starting to see a roadmap for what's coming. I played Sigmar a lot rather than 40k, so we did 40k ago. With Sigmar, we've got very much into the last year, 2 years being, here's your book and your token miniature that goes with it, like here's a new character. There's a couple of releases more than that, like Seraphon, but we're not used to getting love. We're just not the Skaven book hit with a wet fanfare. So seeing that for NIDS, you're going to have Death Reaper and these amazing miniatures from
Leviathan are amazing.
So Leviathan, midnight launch.
Midnight launch party, which is going to be amazing. You've got some mini games going.
Yes, once we finish filming here, we're going to be going and play testing the mini games for you guys to make sure they're actually fun.
Quiz.
With quiz,
Extended bar.
Yeah, the food and drink will be available.
Ratings.
For the booze,
Bring your IDs.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, the idea is come on down. It's going to be free. Just spend the evening like 6 till midnight. Playing games, 40K, talking people, speak about 40k, get excited. About 11:30, we'll start getting all the copies ready. So at midnight, literally, it's boom, there's copy. Hand out your copies, so you go and build them if you want, or
go to bed and then build it in the morning. But at least you know you've secured it and you've got it.
That's the one
in your house.
So Leviathan, and then we're going into organised play straight afterwards. So Tuesdays are going to be hobby, Thursdays are going to be play. So tickets will be on the battlefields.co.uk, descriptions, what's going on, but check it out there. If you're brand new to it, that's fantastic. That's the place to come to. If you're a bit more experienced, come on down and we'll introduce you to our local clubs that play. We've got groups that play from a range of just meet up casually, beer and pretzels, through to they go to tournaments, they run tournaments. So we can introduce you to those people. We can point you in their direction, and they are good people.
The Tuesday night is being run by one of our staff members called Callum, and he's going to take his time and effort to show you guys how to assemble models, kit bashing. That's going to be really good. So if you just don't want the stuff out of the box, he's going to give you the option, and those little tools and techniques that we do to make those things look a little bit different and cooler. Yeah, that's it. We sometimes get it on the shop floor. People pick up a tool. What do I even use this for? And then once you explain like what these files do for removing mold lines and stuff, and you show the difference, you don't look back, do you? It just becomes part of your process. So you'll go through a lot of things like that. But Leviathan. I think that's it.
It is. It's going to be a busy week next week.
It's going to be really cool.
So yes, we're very excited for that one. And then the other one, the other big release has been Shatterpoint.
Yes, Shatterpoint. This is my bag. This is Star Wars, and I'm all about Star Wars. So this is a slightly bigger scale than Legion. This game is very, very cool. It's, if you were to kind of go from Armada, which is the big spaceships. You then can go down a little bit smaller to X-Wing, which is the dogfighting going on.
Yep.
You can then go to the ground battles of Legion, which is not actually army sizes as big as 40k, but it's still kind of like almost like regiment-y, kind of platoon size.
You'd have like 6 to 8 units.
Something like that. Yeah, normally around 10 on average. And then this then kind of goes a little bit more in depth to that, where the characters become the predominant aspect of the game as opposed to the armies.
Much more skirmish,
Mm-hmm.
one figure.
Yeah.
So a unit of 2 models, they activate a pair of clones as a unit will run around, but they don't run around in coherency.
You're generally running with about eight models for this game, which is really, really cool. So you have a primary guy, you have a secondary leader, and then you have the unit. So this game has not taken us by surprise. It's actually had a much better reception than I think we could have hoped for. Really.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. When it was announced, the price tag initially put me off quite a lot.
Expensive box, but a great box.
And then the preview started hitting to do with what you actually get out of that. I mean, Leviathan's fantastic, but you're going to want more miniatures.
Yeah, definitely. Particularly on the Tyranid side.
Yeah, whereas this one, you really can play with this and you buy more because you want more. You don't have to buy it all. Then they did a special price, which we were able to pass on to the customers, so that made it easier. Then the rules started and went, well, actually, the gameplay interaction is really quite interesting. That it's a lot of moving around, and it's not about just alpha striking you're putting off the board, because it's actually quite difficult to kill something. But you can wound it, and it stops contesting objectives.
So push it off the objective,
you push things and you into the objective, and it's about scoring points and scoring the objectives. That was really cool.
I think the difference in the box between this one and this one is literally if me and you went halvesies on this box, we could take it home and we would actually have enough to play a full game.
Yes,
and there's not many boxes. So if you buy, like, for instance, the Marvel Crisis Protocol box,
Yep.
there's many, many boxes out there where you buy them, you take them home, but you haven't got enough to play the full game.
Yep.
But if we were to buy the Shatterpoint box, me and Jake could literally take it home.
Yep.
We could open it up, put it all together one evening, and then we could play it. And we would have enough for a full game of how it's supposed to be played.
2 squads each, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And obviously the GW price rises have been hitting over the last year quite high. So when we were looking at this, well, it's 50 quid RRP for the little box of 4.
Yes.
And then I got an Asteroid bearer for 27.50, and I got a Slan for 52.50.
Yeah. So
everything's going up. We know this, but this became a bit more attractive to me around the rest of the industry. And then they started previewing box sets like Omni Box and Cad Bane.
Yeah, Din Djarin, Grogu.
Yes, that's it. The Ghost Crew are coming. But you don't have to buy it all. One of the really big things we screamed at them for was please stop doing the X-Wing model of putting cards you need for units in different box sets. So I have to buy models that I don't even want to play to get cards to play with models I do want to play. No, you buy this kit.
Yeah.
And the rules on the cards for those models are in there. So yes, you might end up with, when you buy Mace Windu, some clone troopers you don't really care about. That's fine. Or you can't make it up. I don't have to go buy 4 miniatures I'll never play with just for 1 card because it goes really well on Darth Vader.
That was very much Marvel Crisis Protocol as well. And when we're looking at the price, so that box with 4 models and it's £50. A Marvel set is normally £40 for just 2.
Yeah.
So the same scale, very similar bases, that kind of thing. So I think actually the value in those boxes is very good. And if you, for instance, if one of you has the starter set, the other person just needs to buy 2 of those boxes. So entry point is £100, which actually for a war game is actually quite
low. And the rulebook's online for free.
Yes.
Has already been updated once with some errata in it, free of charge, so it's there digitally.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. And we do discount, so it's not even £100. You pay it up for us for a bit cheaper.
Yes, indeed. I agree.
So yeah, very, very happy with Shatterpoint.
Love it. I'm very much enjoying painting the clones at the moment.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, we're trying to work out whether we can paint a copy of Leviathan on the night of the launch event. We're discussing whether we do it as a competition. Like, can we get 2 people to sit there and paint Leviathan and see who can paint them one half quicker than the other?
Yes.
But we were painting these going, actually, you can paint 2 clones in the evening. You can paint all the droids in the evening.
To a decent standard.
That's it. So, I mean, I spent a week painting the terrain, so we had it here for the demo set and stuff like that. And it was really fun. It was really nice to paint. But yeah, it was refreshing to spend a week painting. Cool, sorted. Yeah. Wait for the next product.
I agree.
So yeah, cool. Leviathan, Shatterpoint, very excited. What else has been going on? Hobby time. So you've been saying you've been painting Shatterpoint. What else have you been doing?
I've been it's all Star Wars again.
It is, yeah.
So I've been painting the Shatterpoint core set.
Yep.
Because we're going to be doing a learn to play, and I'm going to be running guys through how that game kind of works.
Makes sense, yeah.
That's going to be next Thursday, which obviously doesn't help if you're watching this video after that. And I've also been painting my Blizzard Force, which is a snow force for Star Wars Legion. Yeah, I'm trying to get that done, but a errata has come out for those, so they're not as good as they were before, which is probably fair.
But fun still,
Yeah. Well, I'm just enjoying painting them, to be honest. So
Snowtroopers and
Snowtroopers.
is it still Vader?
Well, we have a 3D printing service in our
We do, don't we?
in our store, and the gentleman that 3D prints for us has printed me some really nice scooter bikes which have snowtroopers on them instead of scout troopers, because it's really cold and hot. And
a bit more thematic.
All my guys are wearing snowtrooper uniforms no matter what unit they're in.
And well camouflaged, it looks like just a bike with nobody on it.
It's really good. It's invisible. Yeah.
Can't wait to see Ewoks in the snow.
No, that's it. And I've been doing a lot of scenery as well. So I've been building up science fiction scenery mainly for this game. But I will put a picture up when that's ready to go. What about yourself? What have you been doing?
Assembling Shatterpoint, doing demos for that with our group to try and get people to see. Just give it a try, and then this one. Sorry, this is just hit. So, Spirit Island is probably one of my, if not my favourite board game ever. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. I've got the expansions, but it's just the right mix for me. It's got deck building. It's got it's a cooperative game. It's challenging. It's got so many modules in it to adjust it for what you want to do. But it's not cheap, and it's got a bit of depth to it. It's quite meaty.
Yeah.
So it's got quite a big barrier to go in. If somebody teaches you to play, brilliant, but it's quite intimidating to pick it up and just learn to play. So this is a light version of it. I think it's 30 quid RRP if memory serves, we do discount, but it's Spirit Island Light, and the spirits in there are compatible with main Spirit Island.
Okay.
Yep, so this is great because I can teach people to play this one, or if you've got kids, you play this with them, and then you can work up to the level of Spirit Island. But basically the gist of that one is you're all deities and spirits and elements on an island with mortals that live there, and then there's all the conquistadors coming in. So you can give them different personalities, they can be British or the Spanish or the Prussians or whatever, but they're invading, you're helping the locals to push them back off this native island. So you are doing it through burning them or fear or just pushing them into the water. There's loads of different options, and every game is very, very different. But yeah, this one's just hit. Really excited about that one. So yeah, that's been taking up my time.
Okay.
Trevor, what else have we been doing? Just lots of stuff to do with Leviathan for the store.
You're doing some Carnivale, don't
we have done Carnivale, yes. We've done Carnivale recently. We're coming to the end of a cycle of that. So we've been painting lots of Carnivale. Yeah. A bit like Shatterpoint again, very satisfying because you only need 6 to 8 miniatures, so you can spend your time painting them and really enjoying them. But that game's done very well for us.
And TTCombat did quite a large range of games. Mm-hmm. They've got their fingers in many gaming pies.
They have, yes. And they scratch that itch for low buy-in, just start playing, enjoying. If you enjoy, you buy more.
Yeah,
I think we're moving on to Rumble Slam.
Rumble Slam is one of my favourite games. It's ridiculously awesome. And if you don't play with a 3D ring, you are missing out.
Yes, yeah.
You need a 3D ring. You really do.
And Jin Diesel and Michelle J. Wolf.
Yes.
And all these amazing puns. Yes.
The Scorpion King is in there.
The Scorpion King.
Which is very, very
I'm going to be wrestling with cats, apparently.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm going to be wrestling with. That's the team I've got. So.
That's the other team I keep catching my eye for cats.
Fluffy Butt Marshmallow the Third. I think he's one of the star players.
There's a Sultan one as well. Yeah, he's really cool.
And you can pay people to not punch you. I think is what he does. He hands out gold dice to your opponent to beat up other people, and he doesn't get punched.
Nice.
He's a pedigree cat.
It's a very well constructed little game, that one.
Yeah.
So Rumble Slam's good for about half an hour, 40 minutes game. Yeah. If you before you kind of do a game evening or whatever, it's definitely worth a bash. Or even if you're concluding the game evening, I'd recommend Rumble Slam. You can just take it out, get your figures out, and just play the game. It's amazing.
Well, keep an eye on our social media channels because we'll be putting up pictures once we're playing.
Yeah.
So people can actually see that games in process.
Yeah, it's very good.
So yeah, that's it. Okay, what else should we talk about? We should probably do a little bit about the future. What's coming up? What's exciting? So we talked about Lorcana before. We'll mention that very briefly because we've sold out of our initial pre-order. There will be stock available on release because we've held some back. So again, we want people to actually play this game and enjoy it and be able to buy it. But that's looking huge. Yeah. Absolutely just insane.
Well, we were down at the expo and the queue for people just to have a demo game of Lorcana
was bigger than 40K,
ridiculous. And you could see Ravensburger haven't really done a card game before, and they looked quite rabbit in the headlights when the queue was there, all wanting to have a go at this game.
Oh dear, we've made something really, really good. Yeah. Have we underproduced it? Yes, you have.
Yes.
No matter how much you've made, it's not enough.
We believe so. I think they will learn from it, and I think that's what we're going to be looking for with Lorcana. I think it's try and get your buy-in. When that product comes available, try and get as much as you can.
Yeah, that's it. If you're interested in it, I mean, it's Disney. It's not Magic the Gathering.
No,
it's not a direct rip-off for another game system. It is unique, although there is this upper deck thing going on at the moment. So I shouldn't say about. But that will all be resolved by the time this comes out because it's just too big a behemoth now to stop it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just a rehash of another game. We've looked at it, and it's got elements. You have to have something if you're going to go over and aggressively make a move. Like so, Magic you attack, and Pokemon you attack, and you make them faint in the sand. This one you sing songs and
you banish them.
Yeah. It's got different terminology and how it's handled mechanically. But the flavour really comes through for Disney.
Totally.
Absolutely. The art style, the actual names.
Well, all of the artwork has been made purely for those cards as well.
Yes. Because there's a wizard Winnie the Pooh where he's riding a beehive and has like the magician's apprentice hat or sword.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. It's quite unique. I think Disney is a massive entity in itself, and I think there's a lot of entities that you can draw from Disney.
Yep.
At the moment, it's only Disney characters, so there's no
Marvel
crossover to the Marvel or Star Wars. Yeah, but
they can cross over if they want, or they can release another version of it in a different universe.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that at some point.
Yeah, after Wreck-It Ralph 2, I think.
Yeah,
really, there's sort of popularity for that. What else is coming up? Oh, actually, I've got something on the table, haven't I? So
yes,
we've got 2 pots of TTCombat Paints. So TTCombat Paint is imminently coming, and it's about to be released. And they very kindly gave us a couple of bottles to give a try out to. So the feedback we had was really, really good.
Yeah.
Vibrant
colours.
I'm not going to lie. When new paint ranges come out, I become a bit dubious because there's a lot already, and I'm not saying you have to reinvent the wheel, but what are you doing differently? Is it you've got
it's paint.
Yeah, that's it. So 2 thin coats have this triad situation or idea. So you buy the 3 paints together, and that's your base, that's your highlight. Great idea. And when you're getting into it, knowing you're buying those 3 paints together to do something fantastic, instead of going to find some conversion shot or video somewhere where it's like, oh yeah, you need this paint from this range and that paint from that range and that third paint's been out of stock for ages, you can't get it. Right, okay.
Contrast medium.
Yeah. Paints in general. But anyway, so yeah, they came to us this one and was like, please don't just be another paint range. And the gold is stunning. Like,
yes, it's really vibrant and it goes on really well.
That's it. So I use Retributor Armour for coverage, but it's very, very rich. And I use Scale 75 golds, but they take a heck of a shake, and you need to make sure you've got whatever's underneath them matters a lot. The Monument metallics are fantastic. This one's up there.
The Vallejo ones tend to be quite thin, don't they?
They do, yeah. They airbrush quite well, and you build up multiple layers with them. Yeah. But the metal colours for Vallejo are my go-to ones. The stumpy, but also steel. They're stunning. If you ever get a chance to buy metal colour steel, I love it. It feels like Known Oil has got over
chrome
already.
Chrome as well is a beautiful colour. But these seem to be doing the job for us. So TTCombat, full range of new paints coming from them pretty soon.
That's it. And the coverage was nuts.
Yeah.
And a red has to be a super high pigment for it to get the coverage. And if it's super high pigment, it can go gloopy quite quickly and you can use a lot of detail. And this, with a good shape, was just perfect out of the bottle. So, they're releasing a rack with predominant colours to start with, and there are more colours coming in sections. So that's great because it means that they can react to what people are saying. So like GW with the contrast paints, they whack them all out, and then when people went, your purple's rubbish, and things like that, they came back and have added things in. So it was like Imperial Fist came because there wasn't a proper yellow. We had Nazdrag and Garrus Dunes, but it's not. And then we got Black Legion as well because Black Templar's cool. They're not the same.
Black Legion is phenomenal.
That's it.
It's probably my favourite colour, and it's black.
So yes, this gives TT the opportunity to do exactly the same, add more colours in based on feedback. People saying we're just missing a super light turquoise blue with a tint of luminous green. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to TTCombat for giving us those early to have a play with.
Yeah.
We will be stocking the range in our Cardiff and our Swindon branches. Yeah. They're on the way, and you can always order on the website. So if you are a Newport customer, you can order and have it collected in store, and we'll send it over to Newport for you. Mm-hmm. But very, very excited. If you fancy giving them a try.
We'll have them.
I would give the gold a go, especially.
But
I think that's about it, really.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, we're very excited about Leviathan. We're very excited to see what the release schedule is going to be like from GW for it, both the Codex power level. I think they released all these data sheets. That's brilliant. We've got an even jumping off point, and that was brilliant for 8th when they did it.
Yeah.
Let's see when these first codexes come out what the power difference is, because they're seeming to suggest it shouldn't be a big jump. It should give you lots of options.
Yes.
So Dark Angel example seems to be that you will be able to have a Deathwing detachment or a Ravenwing detachment, and it's not just cherry picking rules from everywhere like it used to be. It's no. Do you want to play Ravenwing? Or do you want to play Deathwing? Or do you want to play mixed arm Dark Angels? So very, very excited to see whether they can deliver on that one.
I think 40k in general is in an exciting place right now. I think a lot of people lost interest in 40k, including myself. But I think now I don't want it to be a simple game. I don't want to play a game where I'm playing Monopoly with Space Marines. I don't want that. But I want a game to be engaging. I want both people to enjoy it.
Yeah, that one.
And I want it to be fun. I don't want to have to take 58 books with me. That is also rubbish.
Yeah, it's not D&D.
No. So I think this reset is required. I think it's going to drag a lot of people in, like myself, that used to love 40k. And I think that I'm going to be in a place now where I'm definitely going to enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah, and keep your eyes peeled for local events.
Yes.
Because as new editions come out and people get excited, people come back out of the woodwork who used to run and come back and, I fancy running an event again. When can you fit me in?
Yeah.
And they're the ones which are worth jumping in because you are in at the beginning when all the enthusiasm comes through from TOs, from players, people want to play. At the end of an edition, the people who are still playing tournaments are tournament players. They enjoy the tournament scene, which is absolutely fine. But if you and I decided we wanted to go for the GT,
no,
I don't think we would win the game.
No,
because we're into the end of the meta.
Yes.
So yeah, at the beginning, if you've left 40k by the wayside and played some other stuff and fancy giving it a go again, there is not a better time. The rules are free.
I totally agree.
Your units are free. GW can't have made it any cheaper or more accessible at this stage. So yeah, give it a go.
Totally agree. I say there is light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, in the Bible.
Yes. Cool. So that's probably about it from us. So yeah, once again, please, if you come up with an idea for what you think we should call this, because we'll be trying to do this semi-regularly to begin with, leave in the comments. If there's anything more you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments. We'll see if we can. If there's information people want about games which we've played or that we stock, if you let us know, we can try and bring somebody on who plays it. So if somebody says they want to talk about Malifaux, we have staff members who play Malifaux. I played Malifaux a long time ago and I thought it was ace, but we want you to tell us what you want us to be talking about. Otherwise, we'll just say Malifaux we're playing.
Totally agree. Yeah, and it's going to be Star Wars.
Yeah. Or aliens, or an alien Star Wars crossover. Anakin versus Anakin. No, we're not. Okay.
I think we're done.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you all again soon.